Cenk Uygur I disagree with sometimes. I agree with other times. I like him personally. We've had him on the show. He's sat in this chair. I've engaged with him socially. I don't think he's very anti-Israel. I don't think he's anti-Semite at all. But that's really not the point. The point is that these ideas should be debated, and it makes it seem like you're afraid of a debate on this issue, the pro-Israel side, when you do something like this. It makes your side look weak, like it can't argue its point fairly, and so it has to silence people who are going to disagree. There's no threat to public order that either of these people represent. There's not going to be they're not going to cause an uprising against the government or against Jewish people or something of that nature. They're not terrorists or political organizers at all. They're speakers. They want to speak on this subject. They were invited to do a debate, and we should rue the day it comes to this. They're not allowed to express their view about Israel or about any other subject in the UK. Very dark day for free speech. One I've been warning about. Sorry, I swear I'll let you speak in a moment. That I have been warning about with the UK government and their approach to online speech. For a variety, everything's hate speech, everything's this or that they're trying to ban. This will also affect political people as it's now affecting Cenk and Hassan and people who purport to defend free speech should denounce this, even if you do not agree with Cenk Uygur, even if you don't agree at all, as I don't, with Hassan Piker. This is nevertheless very, very bad.
There's a slippery slope telling other countries that are sovereign nations what they should do from the perspective of U.S. rules and laws. So the UK has no obligation to admit speakers from anywhere, right? They don't. That's part of their laws don't require that. They don't have to accept free speech in the same way that we do. And so they have the opportunity to make these choices. I don't have to agree with them, but it's also not the country.
I am here, and I'll answer questions, but until the chat room fills up, I'm just watching the news. What's up, Howard? I'm chilling, man. Just watching Rising the Hill. Until people came into the chat room to discuss whatever. I've been ever since last week, where I just did like a whole thing where I did a live streams about nothingness, like literally just about nothing, just me sitting there eating, watching TV. I even took a nap, and after that I was like, well, since it doesn't matter one way or the other, I'm just going to do these live streams and not put effort into it until like I have a chat room that actually wants to engage in like actual like rational discourse. What's up, Carlton?
Criticize Benjamin Netanyahu or the operation of Israel's government. Well, that's problematic, especially because they're not asking to enter Israel; they're asking to enter the UK, and so people have even more questions surrounding why there's such a blind criticism of a leader of one country that is not one's own.
Well, and I have no idea whether Israel coordinated with the British government on this or encouraged them to do this. But if they did, then why?
But so it was a term for the criticism I had yesterday when I was talking about all these socialists are usually either at least upper middle class or wealthy. It's called champagne socialism, and it pretty much fits the case because pretty much, especially in America, most socialists are like people who come from an affluent background. Then you have a similar concept, which is the limousine liberal. But yeah.
And so for them to go back on
what's up, Tony Lene?
Very bad. I wanted to read a tweet.
Carlos has smashed the like button. People, thank you.
He's a young conservative speaker activist with Prager University. I was actually on a panel virtually with him and Anna Kasparian, who is Cenk Uygur's co-host of the Young Turks. The three of us to discuss the Iran war. And in this construction, I'm actually the moderate, and Anna and Shabbos were yelling at each other about Israel and etc. the whole time, and I kind of just sat and ate popcorn. But that's a long way of saying Shabbos is pro-Israel conservative, Jewish, He writes, I was meant to be on Piers Morgan debating Cenk Uygur this Monday in London. We just got word Cenk has been banned from the UK. This ban is completely unfounded and must be reversed. Free speech must always be protected and allowed. Shame on Keir Starmer. So they were going to do a debate on this subject.
Wow.
Shabos is a very powerful, persuasive voice on this issue. He was not afraid to go up against Cenk Uygur. Cenk was obviously going to do it.
But yeah, in case I don't know, maybe I'll start doing topics again in the live streams to sort of focus the conversation. If people want that, the problem was every time I tried to start a conversation about a specific topic, the people in the chat room never really chimed in. So,
really where people will be like, this debate can still take place.
Can I please do the hiccups? Are you still in that bullshit? I will block you from this channel. I didn't know you were the one saying that retarded shit yesterday.
Again, shame on Keir Starmer, shame on the Labour government. I don't know what the Conservative Party's reaction is.
On that note, I'm going to ignore you and finish watching my program.
I would encourage some of them to come up and say, you know what, if we were in charge, we would allow, we're for free speech, we would allow this debate. We might be institutionally very in support of Israel, but we will allow a debate on this subject for certain. I think that would be a good thing for them to say. Maybe they have said it, I just haven't looked yet.
And especially with a college audience or an audience of people that are inquisitive and want to know more, I think providing information and facts and perspective analysis is the best way to encourage people to think for themselves on this issue. Instead of what we've heard often in this conversation, which hasn't been helpful, is any criticism of Benjamin Netanyahu or the actions being taken by Israel.
Carlson said likes are welcome, trolling is not. No random request unless you send in a super chat, and then it's up to the host to honor the request. Exactly. Thank you. No, he was on some gay shit, Carlton. If you remember what he was saying yesterday, he was on some gay shit. That's why I was like, yeah, nah, we not doing that here. He was definitely on some gay shit.
Kind of on the end, and they're coming up with solutions to it with the peace committee. So how do we move forward from here? Have conversations. All right, Google wants to release millions of mosquitoes into the state of California.
No.
We're going to explain why next.
Here's an interesting story. Tech giant Google is seeking federal approval from the U.S. government to release up to 32 million mosquitoes and California in an effort to, quote, stop bad bugs with good bugs. Called the Debugs program, Google's aim is to release millions of sterile mosquitoes to eliminate the ones that carry disease. On its project homepage, Google
did that work out? I didn't finish my workout. I did run. I did my 7-mile run, but I didn't do my my shadow boxing, and I haven't done any calisthenics yet. I'll try to do some calisthenics before I go to bed. If not, even when I don't do calisthenics, I usually try to at least do some push-ups before I go to bed. But yeah, I always feel guilty when I run if I don't also do my shadow boxing.
Crazy and dystopian, and I am terrified of the idea of thinking that not the CDC, not an organization that the government might trust with health decisions, but Google, the search engine, billionaires that want to do it their way are suggesting that they want to cure environmental issues on their own. I don't know. Yeah, I know, but I don't know that I want Google getting into the environment and it becomes a for-profit situation. I want CDC and some organizations like that overseeing the environment. And that's the concerning part for a lot of people, that like, okay, this one time and then it becomes what after this? I also was not a fan of people just releasing pesticides over our heads during our childhood.
Okay, I have some concerns too, but
people, my moderator will block you if you're on some bullshit. Just letting you know right now. If you want to ask me questions, genuine questions, I'd be more than happy to respond to them. But if you're asking me some sort of retarded shit or gay shit, I am going to ignore you. And either I or my moderator may block you. So just letting you know that right now. So I ran a few miles today on the treadmill. That's what's up. Hey, treadmill is just as good. When I'm overseas, I'm usually on a treadmill because I don't know the lay of the land. And sometimes, even if I And sometimes even if I do know the lay of the land, it's not conducive towards running on the streets. So I have to usually use a treadmill.
So then why don't I know these ones are
The eggs don't hatch. Yeah, they'll never hatch. They'll just be they'll just turn into something else.
Okay.
And then the population will crash.
I don't know.
I mean, more of the male ones that don't bite humans, allegedly. It says like more mosquitoes now for fewer ones later that carry disease. So I understand what they're trying to sell. I just don't know that I'm buying it.
Government-run pest extermination campaigns have a history of miserable failure. Have you ever heard of the 4 pest campaigns in China? This is a great story. This is one of the horrific disasters in communist China. This partly led to the famine. They had the 4 pest campaigns where they encouraged people to, in their villages, to go around killing these 4 types of creatures, one of them being the sparrow. They wanted sparrows eliminated. And so everyone, you could turn in a dead sparrow to your local Chinese communist mandarin, and they would give you money for it. That's got a Tim Burchett quote on screen right now. Anyway, they eliminated the sparrow. They dramatically reduced the sparrow population.
Carlos says, bro, running in a foreign country is scary, not because of the people, but because of the traffic. Trust me, I know. Yeah, definitely. So, and it depends. It depends on the it depends on the infrastructure. So, like in Manila, at least, well, where I lived in Manila, in Mandaluyong, there was no place really to run, so I had to like use the treadmill. Now, if we lived a little bit farther up, for Makita, which is a nearby city in Metro Manila, there's a area where people like to run in the morning. But it's basically getting to know the lay of the land. But in a lot of the Southeast Asian countries, there's really nowhere to run unless you go to a park or to like a. So one of the places we did used to go run, my wife and I, or at least, well, we only did it a few times, was we would go to the University of the Philippines Dillman campus, and a lot of people will go there on Sundays and run. But yeah, for the most part, because I ran every day, I had to just do it on the treadmill in the condo gym. But yeah, you're right. Like you can't trust the traffic in a foreign country if you don't already know it. Like it was different with me because was living in that. I was living there, so I got to know the place pretty well. But because I knew the place pretty well, I knew it was not conducive to running because we lived in a high-rise condo right off of EDSA freeway, and because it's a freeway, like you can't run along the street or whatever, and there's really in some areas along EDSA you kind of run out of sidewalk, so.
But you are upset about COVID, rightfully so. You're annoyed with the way it was handled.
Someone says, how do you feel about Bigfoot? I don't feel anything about Bigfoot.
Have they not done any rollout?
It is a cryptozoological monster. So it's just a fancy way of saying which is basically just saying it's a mythological creature. All the evidence for Bigfoot or Sasquatch seems to point to it being actually just a bear.
Damning indictment in our moment of greatest need, supposedly, for your thing, you screwed up that badly. No one, we have never messed anything up.
Said
This bad with
Bigfoot. Here we go
Okay,
again.
well, give it
The
a
only
next turn.
Bigfoot I care about is the one the Little Caesars used to have, the Bigfoot
Fair
pizza.
enough. All right.
That does it for us on Rising Live. Thanks for watching, and look out for more exclusive YouTube content coming your way today. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to
And
Will's YouTube channel so you never miss any content. And for those of you who like to listen while
I
you're
never
driving or
got the
available
Bigfoot
anywhere,
pizza, by the
you can
way.
find podcasts. See you later.
Little Caesars needs to re-release that so I could get a Bigfoot pizza. I never got had one, but I missed the old Little Caesars when it was a square pizza and you got two. You would get two pizzas for one, and it was like actually tasty. Unlike now, where it's like this, where it's like discount pizza. And I'll tell you, people don't believe me. I said this. I know I said this like what 4. I know I said this at least 4 or 5 years ago. I know I said it on camera, but even before I said it on camera, I had said it amongst friends that 7-Eleven pizza. Yeah, yeah. I said this like a long time ago, like at least 9 years ago. I was like, um, 7-Eleven pizza is better than Little Caesars, and people wouldn't even believe me. It was like, oh, but because it's only $5, but fuck, 7-Eleven pizza was better. Is better than Little Caesars. I stand on that one. At least back then, I haven't had it in a while, but the pizza hasn't really changed.
At the tap of a button, it records and creates organized notes based on your conversations. I use it at work. At... And when I sit down and I think about it,
Colonel says the '90s pizza culture was the
brand new
goat.
photos
I
of
remember
every
eating pizza and watching TGIF and waking up Saturday morning eating leftover pizza and watching the X-Men cartoon. Oh, you had it better than I did. I wish I had pizza like that all the time. I remember like anytime like we had like a school field trip or a birthday party when we went to like the bowling rink, like the bowling alley or the skating rink. Um, that I remember that the the two options was like a hot dog and chips or pizza or a slice of pizza and chips. And it was always like, ooh, which one should I get? Which one is going to give me the most like fulfillment? Because every time I got the hot dog, pause, I
I think that the voters felt like
I never felt full. Wait, was it one hot dog or two hot dogs? I think it was only one hot dog. I'm like, what is this supposed to fill up? It's a little bit of nothing. So I don't know. But no, I wish I had pizza that frequently. Now, what I did have is like that's why I love pizza day at school. I love. Some people hated the pizza. I love the pizza, the school
I think the
pizza,
voters felt like
with the elementary school pizza, the middle school pizza. the high school pizza. I know, especially in high school, a lot of people hated it because sometimes they were like they would just reheat the pizzas and it would look kind of charred on the top. The cheese looked like it was like sitting there for like 12 days. And people like,
I think the
and
voters
people be
felt
like about to throw it away. I'm like, give me that shit. I'll eat it. Shoot. But what people loved was chicken day. Niggas love their chicken. Oh, let me stop. But yeah, um, the but it was like chicken. People would be trying to trade because they had different parts. Whether it was like the leg, or the breast, or the thigh. No, I don't think was it breast. I don't think it was breast. I think it was like usually like the leg or the thigh or something. And people be like, "Give me that." No, no, there was breast. There was breast because I remember one of my boys. His name was Butch. He it was a dude, but his name was Butch. He was like, "Give me that chicken titty," because I didn't like the breast because I thought it was too dry. So I would trade people the breast for like their leg and I think for
I
a
think the
leg and
voters
wing
felt
or a
like
leg and thigh something like that. Because a lot of people wanted the chicken breast because there's more meat. Like, and Butch would be like, "Give me that chicken titty." All right, you can have it. I know if Marcus is watching, he knows what he knows. Our mutual friend Butch from back in high school. But yeah. Anyway, all that was to say, I didn't eat pizzas nearly as much as I wish I could have back then in the 90s. Although any chance I did have free money, I mean extra money, I would order from like Pizza Bowlies or Domino's. But Bowlies became more popular with me and my cousin, probably because they offered us better deals.
for anyone who grew up.
Um, because I didn't, and then during the 90s, that's when it was the rise of Papa John's. I didn't even care about Papa John's like that. Like I really didn't eat Papa John's like that until college because every time there was like an event on campus, people always bought Papa John's. So I'm like, I never thought there was anything special about it. And then it seemed it seemed very un-Italian to have a jalapeno peppers in it. I mean, if that was their shtick, cool. But I was like, jalapenos don't have anything to do with fucking Italian pizza. But what do I know?
For anyone who grew up in
Anyway, then I remember the biggest thing about pizza in the 90s was when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze came out. And the whole first 5 minutes of the movie opening was just people walking around eating pizza.
so
That that was like the biggest alley oop to eating pizza in 1991 was that scene from the beginning, the intro scene for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Oh, I gotta watch this one now. Guys, it's
lesser clippers. They're not hard enough. The angle is too high. They're not polished. They're not particularly sharp. You will never find another nail cutter on the market that can shave hair like that. Like not.
Cool, Michael Fate. Oh yeah, we didn't cover this. So one of the reasons Mike wanted to meet me is because Joe Jackson wanted to make sure all his boys were tough and that they could defend themselves and look after themselves. So he made sure they all trained in martial arts. So they all got to black belt level.
Wait,
So Michael wanted to meet me.
Michael Jackson knew martial arts?
And Uri Geller must have said, listen, I know the guy who's got the biggest martial arts school in the world. And he's a multi-millionaire. He won't want anything from it, and you can trust this guy. And him and Mark Lester were black belts, his best friend. So the first conversations that we had was, can you train me and Mark to second degree black belt? So sure we can, Mike, no problem. We couldn't do it at my martial arts school, of course, it'd be ridiculous. So we used to pull the tables apart in hotel suites, or in the middle of the night go to the aerobic studio, and we continued the training. Yeah, but man, he could kick. And Will Smith once said when he did a cameo of Men in Black.
This is funny because I remember with a friend back in high school, he was a huge Michael Jackson fan, and I knew martial arts, and we were both in theater arts together, and we put together this like hypothetical scene of like if Michael Jackson could do like karate or kung fu, and he was hitting like the little Michael Jackson moves and doing like little kicks or whatever. And I didn't know the Michael Jackson moves that well, but I knew the martial arts, so I was like kind of mimicking him doing the Michael Jackson moves, but then hitting all the actual like legit like martial arts techniques, and people were sitting there laughing at us. Um, yo, okay, it kind of because it makes sense when you look at Moonwalker and some of his other films when he does those choreographed fighting scenes. It now it makes sense why his techniques look a little crisp. It makes sense.
Dancing. You watch Michael's dancing, he's doing the Bruce Lee, he copies the Bruce Lee stuff. And he used to say, copy the greats and make it better. So he'll take stuff from Fred Astaire, Bruce Lee, James Brown, put it all together, Charlie Chaplin. And you see him doing Bruce Lee moves, you know, and stuff. And
so he was mimicking Bruce Lee moves.
Tito used to come to my classes and fight. I tried to get Tito's fitness back on track as much as I could. There's footage online about that too. People can watch him in my martial arts classes. But yeah, Michael, I remember one time I grabbed his arm because we were in a paparazzi scrum, a real serious one, and the fans were there. This was back in the day when media was so big that you're talking 100 cameras trying to get that face shot of Michael in his face. And one of the fans, I remember it really clearly, said, there's a newspaper in England called the Daily Mirror, and they wrote a very terrible article about Michael, completely fabricated, untrue. And one of the fans that Michael was aware of and believed said, Michael, that's the reporter there who's taking photos of you that wrote the article about you in the Daily Mirror. And he said, that's him? He goes, yeah. And Michael swung his arm back, and this is on footage. And he went to punch him. I grabbed his arm like that, and I said, Michael, don't do it. This will be worldwide news. It will be terrible for your image. They will arrest you. They won't treat you like a normal person. You'll be in jail for hours. They'll charge you. Don't do it. It's not worth it. And when we got on the train, he said, thanks for stopping me punch that guy. I don't know what I was thinking. He was so mad. He was going to punch the guy. I mean, Michael was a strong guy. He's been, the Joe Jackson side of Michael Jackson, and he had the Catherine side, the caring side. Where Michael wanted to be ruthless, he was ruthless. He wouldn't take no messing around. He would not take no messing around. When he put those glasses on, was ready for business, he was ready. I always say to people when they think you're a wacko jacko, he's a clown. You don't get to be the most famous man in the world for all those years, record album after record album, sell out stadiums throughout social media, if you're stupid.
Right.
He had an intelligence above another level, which made a difference to us. He was an absolute genius. And not just with music, with art as well. When he died, they found his bunker, which we knew about, his escapism. He had an artist mentor. And when he wants some peace and quiet, he used to go to this air bunker, hidden away, and he used to draw and get coached on drawing. And they opened it up and they found millions and millions of pounds worth of drawings that Michael Jackson had done, which was incredible, you know. The film, it showed how he drew, how he wanted his face to be. He was just, everything had to be perfected.
Where do you think all this is coming from? People targeting Michael? Because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I never heard him do anything to nobody.
And he used to say that. He used to say, why me? He said, do you know how many people, Matt, have got vitiligo in the world? He said on TV as well. How many people lay in the sun all day to make themselves brown or black? and they have a go at me. So I've got a skin problem and I've gone white. They don't attack them. He said everything seems to be okay unless it's Michael Jackson doing it. That's yeah, you're right. He got investigated by the FBI for 15 years. They bugged his phones, they bugged his rooms, they followed him right and knowing. Zero evidence whatsoever. He got tried in 2004 under the most vicious district attorney. He tried to get him in 1993, but the accuser refused to bring criminal charges. And the law got changed because of Michael Jackson, because he got his money, and they changed the law. So you got to do criminal case, then you can go after the money. I scrutinized under District Attorney Tom Snedden, the same legal team, the same people that represented Jordan Chandler, and they failed with 14 counts of child.
Oh shit, I didn't see all these other messages. So no, I didn't have pizza every week. We were broke. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we were too. So pizza day at school was fire. Our pizza was rectangular. That's what we all had, the rectangular pizza. The only time I had regular actual pizza was when I was living in Philly. But that wasn't a flex. That was a bad thing. So when I was living in Philly, they had just renovated the new Parkway Gamma High School. It was a magnet program, and the only reason I got into the program when I moved to Philly was that my stepfather's sister, well, my auntie, she was on the council. She was a councilwoman in Philadelphia, so she has some political weight, some affluence, and she was sorority sisters, like AKA, and she was a AKA soror with the principal of Parkway Gamma High School. Now I think it's just called Parkway Northwest because there's more than one Parkway campus now. But this was the only, I think, Parkway school at the time, and it had just been renovated and moved close to actually where I lived. So it was actually within walking distance from where I lived. And they look, they didn't have like they were still working on the school. We didn't have a working cafeteria. We had an area to sit down and eat, but they couldn't make food. So every day they gave us all a token for a slice of pizza and a can of soda. That was our lunch. Unless you brought your own, like literally, unless you brought your own lunch, you just got a slice of pizza and a can of soda, which was crazy. I would take the generic high school pizza lunch any day because at least you didn't just get pizza. You got you got your sides with it and your milk. We didn't even get milk. Like it was literally just a slice of Domino's pizza. I think it was Domino's. It was like a slice of Domino's cheese, and it was just cheese pizza. It wasn't like pepperoni, sausage, because I guess they didn't want to deal with everyone's dietary, issues or whatever. So it was just it was just banal cheese pizza slice and a can of soda. That was it. I think it was a can of soda. I sometimes wonder if they even gave us a soda, but no, I think they gave us a can. It was like a slice of pizza and a can of soda, I believe. Shit was crazy. RoboCop 10 says a guy went to the priest and said, "Father, I keep hearing a voice telling me what to do. Am I possessed?" He said, "No, son, you're married." You made the joke yesterday. You got to come up with some new material. What's up, Robert? Robert Kind of 2016 says, and next time I'll use mustard. Carlos says, I wouldn't be surprised if MJ knew martial arts. He was definitely athletic. Yeah, so this guy was saying his bodyguard said he used to train him at his studio. And they were asking, can we get a second degree black belt?
he owned half of Sony Music. He was
According to the
incredible.
Smooth
He would
Criminal
say,
lean
if I
was
tour every Black
diabolical.
American
His core was
to
extremely strong
overturn
to lean like that in
Ohio
the specialized
protests,
shoes. Well, you know
people that disagree with this, they'd all do it for him.
they used the
I believe
wire
that's true.
for that scene though,
I believe he
right?
had
When
that
he
influence.
did the lean
The
in.
politicians used to call and try and get him to
Uh,
the White House, and he wouldn't go because he, in later years, because he
yeah,
knew it was cleaning up their
I can't
image.
remember if
He
it
wouldn't
were
go.
if it was just the
You know,
shoes or there was a
I can
wire,
just tell you,
because there was
that's
he did
interesting.
the
So
lean
to the
during the
White House,
concert, and I
and he
know on the
called us
concert
to speak to Uri Geller.
he
Said, do you
definitely
think
had
it's
a
a good idea
wire
just after
attached.
the Monica
I can't
Lewinsky
remember if in the music video
thing?
it was just
And
the
because
way
I
they
don't really
used the
want to be
camera
attacked for that,
angle and the
Michael said,
shoes. I
you
can't
know.
remember, but
And he decided not to
yeah,
go to the White House. But he
it
went
was
to the White
definitely
House when Ronald Reagan
some
was elected. But he'd only got one condition.
video
I'll come
trickery.
to the White House, but I know Mr. Reagan, President Reagan,
You see, there was a
wants
rumor that
this for you,
MJ
my
put the
profile.
beats
So if you present me with an award,
on
then
our
I'll
brother
go.
Tupac.
And
Oh
they
yeah,
gave
yeah,
him
yeah. I
an award,
remember
and he
hearing that
went.
rumor.
So he
I
always
don't.
makes sure there's something
Yeah,
in it for him.
I don't believe that at all. Like, that. Trust me, if Michael had put the beat down on Tupac, there's no way that would have stayed secret until 2026. No way. Like a lot of stuff that Tupac got into, like we've known this stuff. Like we know he dated Madonna, right? Um, even though he tried to keep that hush hush because it was bad for his image that he liked snow bunnies. But we know he likes snow bunnies. He dated Madonna, and Madonna was notorious for dating brothers back then. She was dating like a drug kingpin from Queens, that was the enemy of 50 Cent. What's that guy's name? But yeah, she was known for dating. She, Madonna was known for having a thing for street niggas. Cool Wizard 99 says, what's going on? And Buns are straight up. Says, I thought it was the shoes and a nail in the floor. It was some sort of trickery. I mean, I forgot what it was. Because like I said, I confused what he did in his concerts with what he did in the video. But it was definitely like some video editing going on to achieve that iconic uh scene in the music video.
And he called us to speak to Uri Geller to say, do you think it's a good idea? Just after the Monica Lewinsky thing, and because I don't really want to be attached to that, Michael said, and he decided not to go to the White House. But he went to the White House when Ronald Reagan presented him. But he'd only got one condition, that I'll come to the White House, but I know Mr. Reagan, President Reagan, a lot's in this for you, my profile. So if you present me with an award, then I'll go. And they gave him an award, and he went. So he always makes sure there's something in it for him. He was a marketing genius. But yeah, where does the attack come from? Mainstream media. So when the movie was released in the UK, all the critics, it was like cut and paste, like a smear campaign. And it was like, literally everyone was the same. Dreadful, awful, terrible. When I actually went to watch it, and I was like, they must have watched a movie to what I watched. I got to understand it. And then the Rotten Tomatoes thing, the review thing platform gave it like a 28% review. I think it's up to 98% review. Now it's the biggest movie, set to be the biggest movie of all time, biggest movie in the world right now. His #1 album in the charts, because they've released a soundtrack album off the back of it. And he's dominating the first 10 singles of the charts in the UK chart. I don't know how he's in America, but he's literally dominating around the world. And they're making a second beat. They got their money back in the first 2 weeks. I think they spent 220 million on it. I think it's 750, 800 million. It's going to be past the $1 billion mark soon.
The world is on the brink. The human race cannot accept what we know.
From Steven Spielberg, people have a right to know the truth.
This is Disclosure Day.
Disclosure Day, rated PG-13.
Work with peace of mind while receiving SSDI. All Self-Employment Services helps you protect your SSDI benefits while you return to work. We are a Social Security authorized employment network. We can help you participate in Social Security's Ticket to Work program.
Carter says, I remember my dumb ass trying to do the smooth criminal lean back in the day and couldn't figure out why I kept falling.
You can earn any amount during your trial work period.
Because it wasn't physical, yeah, because he himself wasn't doing it.
Help you get back to work.
What would you tell a man who can scroll for hours but can't work for 10 minutes and hates himself for it every
Oh
night?
boy, we got another African scammer here, Carlton.
For dopamine and grabbing it wherever it can. We start
This
feeding it for
clown
every
says,
moment.
"Hi sir, love you how you connect with your community.
Hi, I
You have never seen a motherfucking video that I've ever done. I've never seen this screen name ever. Literally never seen this screen name in not one of my live streams in the past 4 years. So you, sir, are lying through your fucking teeth. Or whatever you got. So I'm reaching out because I'm facing an unexpected medical emergency and I'm short on funds. I urgently need $100 to cover my medical expenses. Well, you better go on OnlyFans and get clapped up and make your money, because I ain't giving you motherfucking shit."
Snacking.
Checking your phone. Anything to avoid the thing that actually matters, because that thing doesn't give you the chemical hit you need.
You know exactly what to do.
You better go get clapped up if you want some money for your medical emergencies, because you ain't getting shit on this motherfucking channel, bitch. Crazy as a motherfucker. I ain't never seen your motherfucking username on this motherfucking channel in a motherfucking day of my motherfucking life of doing this motherfucking YouTube shit. So you better go take your motherfucking cheers, spear chucking, Nigerian scamming, chutney drinking, Indian chai walla, Ethiopian bootstrapping, Somali leering center, scamming ass somewhere else, bitch.
Fighting in the first place. What we've seen in the trailer is Peter going to Dr. Banner for help with the personal transformation he's going through. Peter knows who Bruce is, but Bruce doesn't recognize Peter, given the whole spell that made everyone forget him thing from No Way Home. What did you say your name was? The answer is supposed images of brand new day merchandise, some of which is already being sold in stores that depict Spidey and the Hulk having a showdown. We've had some idea this would happen for a while now. Not only has it been the prevailing online rumor for months, but earlier pieces of merch have hinted at it without saying it outright. In particular, the description of a Hulk toy from the movie revealed that he's going to go savage, stating, "The film marks the return of the Hulk in his feral form, a departure from the smart Hulk of previous films." But none of that answers the question of why these two former friends from work are fighting in the first place. What we've seen in the trailer is Peter going to Dr. Banner for help with the personal transformation he's going through. Peter knows who Bruce is, but Bruce doesn't recognize Peter, given the whole spell that made everyone forget him thing from No Way Home. What did you say your name was? The answer, it turns out, is right there in plain sight in the trailer. As soon as the first Brand New Day trailer hit, lots of people noticed that Bruce was wearing an odd-looking device on his right wrist. If you haven't watched any of the Marvel TV shows or have been selective about the ones you've seen, you might not recognize it. You may even assume it has something to do with the damage to Hulk's snap in Endgame did when he reversed Thanos' prior snap. But that's not it. That same piece of equipment, an inhibitor, appeared back in the first episode of She-Hulk. He quickly describes what it does.
I made this little device which keeps me in human form.
The inhibitor breaks when Bruce and Jennifer Walters get into the car crash that makes her She-Hulk. He turns into the smart Hulk we all remember from Endgame and stays in that form through the end of the season. By Brand New Day, Bruce has clearly rebuilt the inhibitor. The toy description we mentioned earlier sheds a little light on what's going to happen with it, stating that his inhibitor has limits. What exactly does that mean? Well, it's got to mean more than the inhibitor just breaking. We know what happens when it does. He just becomes Smart Hulk again. So something else has to happen to sabotage it or make it malfunction. One of the prevailing rumors is that Jean Grey, widely thought to be who Sadie Sink is playing, will tamper with it. And not only will that make the Hulk go savage, rumor has it that it'll also turn him grey. Empire magazine recently posted a bunch of exclusive photos from the movie. one of which shows Spidey working on a laptop showing a schematic of the inhibitor. So it seems like Pete's going to be rushing to find a fix for it in between Hulk-dealt slugfests. There's a long Marvel history of the Hulk constantly fighting his friends for whatever reason. Mind control, differing goals, or he's just raging out because he's having a bad day. Spider-Man versus Hulk fights in particular have been going on for decades, so their showdown in Brand New Day is just another way the MCU is bringing some comics history to the big screen.
Good. Yes, sir.
Industry keeps pumping out.
Oh, what the hell? Whoops. I didn't realize I turned the camera off. My bad. Must have hit that by accident. That's what she said.
I want to do a quick FAQ on this product right here. This is a liquid vitamin D3 and K2 product. And
If you want the...
It was a normal day on November 3rd, 2002 at Morehouse College. People were getting ready for the next Monday.
You notice he disappeared, Carlton. Sren or whatever the little African booty scammer.
This is what Aaron Price did. Now, Aaron Price was a sophomore, and he graduated from the prestigious Kenwood Academy in Chicago. And this guy had raised $65,000 in scholarships, so he was no dummy. But while he was in the shower, he noticed something. According to Mr. Aaron Price, he felt uncomfortable when he saw another student looking in his stall at his you-know-what. Mr. Gregory Love was making an unwanted sexual advance.
Oh, no.
And while Gregory may have thought he was seducing Mr. Price, Aaron Price wanted revenge.
Why is he using pictures of Fresh and Fit?
He went and picked up a baseball bat.
Oh, shit.
And he damn near killed Gregory Love. Put him in the hospital really bad. It was so horrible that Mr. Aaron Price got 10 years in prison. Of course, certain students understood where Mr.
Why is he using pictures of Fresh and Fit for this video? Oh my god, this shit is funny. This is so diabolical. Oh damn it, it crashed. Yo, this is funny. It's funny. O'Shea, when he's funny, he is damn funny. I will give him that. I don't agree with his takes on being pro-blackity black or against interracial relationships, but when he's funny, he is funny. Oh my god. I gotta get back to this video. It's for some reason my shit is crashing. Yo. Hilarious. Freaking hilarious. Man. Shit is funny.
Instead of doing this, you could be doing this. Technically, it's a mattress vacuum, but it works insanely well on couches too. And believe it or not, this is what came out after just 4 passes. I was literally shook. It uses ultrasonic pulses.
It was a normal day on November 3rd, 2002 at Morehouse College. People were getting ready for the next Monday. And of course, when you want to do that, the best thing to do is go. in the shower.
He's right.
This is what Aaron Price did. Now, Aaron Price was a sophomore, and he graduated from the prestigious Kenwood Academy in Chicago. And this guy had raised $65,000 in scholarships, so he was no dummy. But while he was in the shower, he noticed something. According to Mr. Aaron Price, he felt uncomfortable when he saw another student looking in his stall at his you-know-what. Mr. Gregory Love was making an unwanted sexual advance. And while Gregory may have thought he was seducing Mr. Price, Aaron Price wanted revenge. So what did he do? He went and picked up a baseball bat and he damn near killed Gregory Love. Put him in the hospital really bad. It was so horrible that Mr. Aaron Price got 10 years in prison. Of course, certain students understood where Mr. Price was coming from. But it didn't matter, he committed a crime. He was expelled and lost his opportunity. It's important to know that Mr. Gregory Love said that he was not gay.
I'm not gay no more.
He wasn't wearing his glasses that day, and he mistook the assailant Aaron Price for his roommate. Maybe he's telling the truth, I don't know. But what we understood at this time is that it can be very dangerous for a gay man or a man who is sending his romantic interest to a heterosexual man. But that was 2003, right? In 2026, gay relationships are more popular than ever. And what that also means is that gay black men have more courage to approach straight black men more than ever before.
I was at the water park yesterday, 6 o'clock water park, and there was, young guy. He was like 14, 15, I don't know, just look young, right? He was around the younger too. And he saw me make eye contact with him. And I held it for a few seconds, and he went ahead and decided that was enough to call me over. He says, come over, right? Like, okay, this is kind of strange. What could he want, right? And I walked over and he's like, you like boys?
Now, this is
Yo.
Oh,
shit.
Girlfriend. Now,
Oh,
he may
no.
say that he gives off gay vibes himself. And if you look at the B-roll here, his sandals are definitely questionable. But this man is heterosexual, and I believe him. He has taken a different tonality towards men trying to approach him. And there are other brothers who are feeling the same way.
You are heterosexual male. Cool. Take it as a compliment and move on. You know what I mean? It does not mean that you are unattractive. Okay, because gay men or homosexual men find you attractive. Okay? If you are an attractive person, chances are you will get hit on by both genders.
This man is approached by both sexes, including men. And it's important to understand that he identifies as a heterosexual man.
Nah, son.
But wait,
And I feel like I'm qualified to talk about this because
Nah, son.
when I first started doing, and not saying you do all this, but when I first started doing social media,
Nah,
I did the
son.
whole thirst trap thing, male thirst trap. I had a OF, I did this and that, whatever, right? And a good bit of my fan base were homosexual.
Speaking of gayness, though, whenever these scammers be asking you guys for money, tell them to go get an OnlyFans and clap it up and get their money.
now, to his point, he is online posting thirst trap content, shirt off, trying to show his muscles. Now, to be fair, he is drawing sexual attention to himself. And that may open the door for somebody to believe that he is indeed gay. But he says he plays into it. He takes it
Because he's
as
gay.
a compliment. This does not offend him. But what if you're a
Because he's
heterosexual
gay.
man and you don't have
It doesn't
problems
because
with
he's
the gay
gay.
community or gay men, but gay men who understand that you are heterosexual keep on trying to make passes at you anyway. Well, this is interesting because this is exactly what's happened with Eric Benet. Eric Benet was married to Erica Badu. He's always been known as
No, we mean Halle Berry. He means Halle Berry.
59 years old, never had a gay scandal, nothing. He posted a video of him in the gym, and Guess who meshes him?
Hey, my gay community out there. After I posted that last post with me in the gym, working out, with my little 59-year-old fitness regimen on, woo! Y'all been in my DMs.
Pause.
Zaddy was doing something right.
Pause. Pause, sir.
Y'all being very direct about that. Yeah, damn. If I was of the DL persuasion, I would have a very busy weekend. Man, I'd have a month.
I want to talk about the boldness of some of these men that are gay. Look at King Loso. I just see you every morning when I open my mind. When a real man comfortable in his skin is top tier. Also saw only 100% straight men with confidence can get away with saying that. I mean, to our defense, Eric is fine. This is also a man that's saying this.
Yeah.
Hey, goddess, I love when straight men are so secure, they laugh when they get hit on. For us ladies, it's such a turn on, like, yes. Boy, y'all sit your stupid ass down.
Hey, Agatha, what's up?
Now, this is very interesting for me because in today's world, if you are a heterosexual black man, and if gay men present unwanted sexual advances, then somehow you're supposed to laugh it off and not be offended by it because that.
I could have chosen any field, but I was built to be a long-term care nurse. It's a success story to see patients make improvements on a day-to-day basis. I love what I do at a skilled nursing facility.
Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, the new eau de parfum.
This is perfume, bitch. Parfum. They don't even say it like that in French. They don't say parfum. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, what do you get listening to? I'm watching YouTube, so I'm watching a video by O'Shake Do Jackson.
Hardwoods, cool vibes, and that smoky smell in their life. That means you're 100% secure in your sexuality. And that's interesting because for women, if they were to come out and say, you ugly, you broke, you hella dusty, you ain't about nothing, stop messaging me, nobody wants your ass. If a woman behaves like that towards a man he doesn't want, then it's a problem. And if Eric Benet does that to gay black men, all of a sudden he's a homophobe. All of a sudden he's a gay hater and all of these things. But obviously this unwanted sexual attention really does bother him. If it did not bother him, he would not make a video about it. But to him, he's in the industry of being professional. So there's a line that he can't cross and he has to approach it in this way. Even though you have gay men in the comments saying, I'm one of the gays he was talking about. Gay men and black women who are not heterosexual men get to define his sexuality by how he responds to unwanted sexual advances from gay black men. And then here is the biggest issue.
Which one do you think you could take?
I'm beating the hell out of Booker. I don't know where he went. I'm beating the hell out of Booker.
You think you could take him?
I'm beating Booker. I'm beating B.Y. I'm beating everybody in the Rams. I ain't gonna lie.
We love a confident daddy.
That's a dude. Ew.
What happened? What are you talking about? What's going on? I don't know what you're saying.
Now, the presenter, who is Rupa Wilson, I believe this person identifies as a man, but dressed in female's clothing, is calling the Rams defensive end linebacker sexy daddy. Jared Verse is trying to maintain frame, not be disrespectful. And he's like, yo, what is that? And honestly, Jared Verse got a lot of criticism because of how he responds from certain people in the gay community. Now, for me, I can't see what he did that was wrong. What I do see is sexual harassment from this person's Ruba's world. And how do we know this? Well, I want you to listen back to this part.
We love a confident daddy.
Not only is this person calling him a sexy daddy, He is literally moaning while interviewing the individual. Now, once Jared Verse started getting criticism for how he responded, people came out.
I haven't heard of him. I haven't heard from Moonlit in like 4 months, whatever. I think he's dealing with his mental health. So I don't know.
I mean, he called him daddy. Joey Swole says dudes don't like to be called daddy by other dudes. Period.
Sid SKZ4 says hi. What's up? Pow pow pew pew says hi. Chess. Okay, whatever.
Responded, people came out to his defense. Brian says he was inappropriate. No, he was caught off guard and restrained. Ever think maybe he didn't want to be called daddy by some mentally ill dude in the dress?
Right.
I mean, he called him daddy. Joey Swole says dudes don't like to be called daddy.
So well, wish him all the best.
What the F did he do wrong?
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him. I don't. The only time I would speak to him is on Snapchat. I haven't heard from him.
Respectful next time and keep things appropriate and maybe not sexualize everything. The interviewer is at fault. Even if it was a biological woman doing that, is super strange to call a stranger. Daddy and moaning is simply about respect. It doesn't make this Rams player homophobic. He knows this man is straight, so why be disrespectful and call him daddy? Maybe it wasn't about sexuality.
I don't care if your friend has a crush on me. I'm married and I don't fuck with people online because all you people are a bunch of weirdos. I mean, it is what it is. I don't fuck with weirdos online. Most of the YouTube commenters are fucking weird as shit. Most of you are a bunch of faggots pretending to be women. Like this dude here on this video. So I don't rock with that gay shit. So y'all can go somewhere. Y'all can go walk your ways sideways and get the fuck off my channel if you with that gay bullshit. Because don't be sitting here trying to fucking flirt with me. One, I'm a married man, and two, I don't swing with dicks. Go take your little ass over to the Blue Oyster and do that dumb shit.
When I was researching this video, I'm seeing way more men saying that, hey, they often get hit on by men, they don't like it, and if you respond to it in any kind of way, then you can go to jail for a hate crime or something like that.
Robert kind of says exactly.
Black men have already been.
He said, "Who's been telling secrets about me?"
To sit back and get unwanted sexual advantages from people of the same gender, especially when you're a black man in America and all you have for the most part is your sexuality, is disrespectful. There are plenty of opportunities for somebody to meet someone of their own liking. I mean, you have apps, there are clubs, there are certain things you can do day by day.
You don't joke with Gen X like that. We don't rock with that gay bullshit. Go take that shit to Gen Z where they appreciate faggots. I don't rock. I don't do that fanuke shit over here.
That they have no actual real shot with.
Straight up like that.
Because you can. Then if the man responds in a way that you feel that's unfavorable, or that could be physical or verbal or whatever,
I mean, the whole username sounds fucking sus in the first place.
Well, what may also be considered a hate crime to heterosexual black men is
Sid, so yeah, take that somewhere else, pop out. Thank you, bro.
I'm not saying it's a hate crime like violence, but there's certain brothers in the heterosexual black community.
I mean, the guy's literally talking about this on the video right now. That's why I'm telling you. In 2026, we're not taking that anymore. When I was trying to be a progressive, I tried to be friendly towards LGBTQ, but y'all take that shit way too far. And now that we in Trump's country, well, I'm not pretending to agree with some shit that I find mentally ill. So yeah.
That they have no actual real shot with. You're just doing it because you can. Then if the man responds in a way that you feel that's unfavorable,
Sid, don't feed the trolls. You can tell this guy's not all there.
Oh, see, this is a hate crime. Well, what may also be considered a hate crime to heterosexual black men is some of these dudes invading their spaces. And I'm not saying it's a hate crime like violence, but there's certain brothers in the heterosexual black community, straight black male community, they're going to find that very, very offensive. And that person may or may not react rationally to that. So what's important
Oh yeah,
here,
Robert, he said I would consider myself a right-wing liberal, and even I'm telling you, it's gotten too much. So remember we talked about this a week or so ago, and I was like, right-wing liberal. I haven't heard of that, but that actually makes sense. Like a right-leaning liberal is pretty much, like I said, same as me, like a classical liberal, like because liberal overseas means something completely different than it means in America. Liberal in European terms is actually someone who is right-winged, right? um, but so a classical liberal or a right-leaning liberal has always been, that has actually been the norm. American liberalism is actually the aberrant version of it. And like, yeah, like when I was progressive, that was like the biggest thing for me. Pause was like trying to pretend that I agree with the LGBTQ stuff. And I even gave like a whole story about when I was on OK Cupid looking for looking for dates, particularly from Asian women. And the Asian transgender tried to hit on me. I told him I was only interested in natural women, and then he went off and called me all sorts of conservative and Trump lover and this and that. And at the time, I was offended because I was a progressive, and told him, "Hey, I'm actually a Bernie bro, but I voted for Hillary and all this sort of stuff." Nowadays, I wouldn't go through all that. I'd be like, "You goddamn right." So, um, in any case, look, I mean, not let me be straight here, and I am straight. But what I'm trying to say is more clearly, being gay is immensely ill. But gay men who think they can seduce straight men, that is mental illness. Gay sticking with gay, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But when you have transgendered men, I mean transgender women who are just men who are mentally ill, or you have regular gay men who try to seduce straight men, that is a sign of mental illness. So we're not going to pretend that it's not in 2026 anymore the way we had to back in 2016. So, um, best wishes from the heart of Sunny Chuvassia. I haven't even heard of that place, but thank you. Appreciate it. Said Pow Pow, who the F are you? You're not even funny. Just don't respond to him. The thing, look, I've learned this as a content creator. The thing they want you to do is respond to them. If you don't respond to them, they just disappear because they're attention whores. Like trolls are attention whores. Most of them, again, come from the dark triad of personality, or it might be dark tetrad of personality now, which is typically narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psych, you know, uh, psychopathy. But there might be a fourth version part of the dark triad that makes us a dark tetrad, which is also sadism. We can set that aside for right now, but these people usually come from the dark triad of personality, or they're probably fucking autistic as fuck. So sitting there trying to reason with someone who is mentally deficient in some sense, it's a waste of time. You're literally wasting your time going back and forth with that moron. I, I would say you just roast the person and then just stop responding to them altogether. Robert says if basically it basically means I support everybody's individual rights. No, I got you. I get what it means now. Like I said, back when we were talking about it a week or two ago, I was trying to understand, and then I looked it up, and I'm like, yeah, he actually is making sense. So I got what you were saying then. Kayshawn, what's up? What's going on? He said, but Robert said, yeah, it's gotten too much. Yeah, it has, man. Like they've become pests.
moaning.
Thank you for the super gif, by the way, Kayshawn.
Getting criticism for how he responded, People came out to his defense. Brian says he was inappropriate. No, he was caught off guard and restrained. Ever think maybe he didn't want to be called daddy by some mentally ill dude in the dress? I mean, he called him daddy.
Oh, send another one. Thank you.
Dudes don't like to be called daddy by other dudes, period. What the F did he do wrong besides get buried?
Oh, that's Joey Swole? Damn, even Joey Swole got on this.
Reporters should be respectful next time and keep things.
I didn't even know that was Joey Swole.
To be called daddy by other dudes, period. Mentally ill dude in the dress. I mean, he called him daddy. Joey Swole says dudes don't like to be called daddy by other dudes, period. What the F did he do wrong besides get very obviously uncomfortable? The gay reporters should be respectful next time and keep things appropriate and maybe not sexualize everything. The interviewer is at fault. Even if it was a biological woman doing that, is super strange to call a stranger. Daddy and moaning is simply about respect. It doesn't make this Rams player homophobic. He knows this man is straight, so why be disrespectful and call him daddy? Maybe it wasn't about sexuality, but more about professionalism. Even if it was a woman moaning while calling him daddy in an interview, it would be a problem. Are y'all okay? That's my entire point here. If Jared Verse would identify as a gay man, then it still would be disrespectful, but it's less disrespectful. And what I'm seeing right now is that it seems like more gay men, especially in the Black community, are getting a lot bolder with their leverage with the LGBTQ and approaching Black men, especially in big cities like Atlanta, sending unwanted messages, things like that. When I was researching this video, I'm seeing way more men saying that, hey, they often get hit on by men, they don't like it, and if you respond to it in any kind of way, then you can go to jail for a hate crime or something like that. What people should understand is this. Heterosexual Black men have already been demonized enough. To sit back and get unwanted sexual advantages from people of the same gender, especially when you're a Black man in America and all you have for the most part is your sexuality, is disrespectful. There are plenty of opportunities for somebody to meet someone of their own liking. I mean, you have apps, there are clubs, there are certain things you can do day by day. And I can see maybe if you feel like a man is giving you a certain eye contact or, certain looks. But in these cases, these are gay men just trying to shoot their shot at men that they have no actual real shot with. You're just doing it because you can. Then if the man responds in a way that you feel that's unfavorable, or that could be physical or verbal or whatever, you will then go back and say, oh, see, this is a hate crime. Well, what may also be considered a hate crime to heterosexual Black men is some of these dudes invading their spaces. And I'm not saying it's a hate crime like violence, but to certain brothers in the heterosexual Black community, straight Black male community, they're going to find that very, very offensive.
Yep.
And that person may or may not react rationally to that. So what's important here, I think, is the need to discuss certain boundaries when dealing with Black men. And it must be talked about. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, S.D. Jackson. Back at it again.
Robert says, how is a liberal to force a woman to shower with a fully intact male that is progressive? Fascism. Liberal means to support everybody's individual rights. Well, where are the women's rights? Well, that's the thing. This is why I no longer align myself with the left, because liberals no longer care about the thing that makes them liberals, which is, personal freedom or individualism, private property, and all these other, all the pillars of classical liberalism have been tossed aside by American liberals in favor of identity politics. So that's why I don't rock with them anymore.
We can show you how you would look at your maximum attractiveness potential and tell you step by step how to realize.
First thing you learn when you walk into
I'm holding the camera way too close up to my face. My bad.
What?
Shit.
That to me is actually a form of emasculation, and we just have accepted it as a culture. Welcome to another episode of Ask a Brother podcast. I'm your host, Jeff St. James, and we're going to have a whole host of different people from different backgrounds coming in because it really is about building a community of like-minded people that's just open to listening and hearing from other perspectives. The revolution is going to be because of us. And you mentioned something about common forms of emasculation.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out one, and I want to know what some ones that kind of come up to mind for you, especially in terms of like day-to-day relationships. One common one that I think we're so desensitized to it, and I finally kind of started speaking on it more. Women use their weddings when they're doing their wedding speeches as an opportunity to do some type of dig to make it known that they either settled or he had to beg multiple times before she gave him a shot. And I always wonder if the roles are reversed. And men were to get up on microphones and in front of large crowds and say, yeah, man, she wanted to go out a few times and I kept telling her no, but eventually she beat me to submission and now I'm here. Like that was insane. But we're so used to a lot of times ladies using social gatherings and weddings of all situations as an opportunity to kind of knock him down a couple rungs. That to me is actually a form of emasculation, and we just have accepted it as a culture. What would be any common forms of emasculation that you could think of that women may be knowingly or even unknowingly doing at times?
But first, can I throw up somewhere from what you just said?
You said it. We've heard it.
I actually don't, because I wouldn't watch a movie that would portray that, and I'm only at weddings of my family members or ones I'm officiating for a couple I believe in, which means they practice they're practicing partnership and would never intentionally do that to each other. So, but this is the thing that's so off. So much of what women are pissed about is what we think you think of us. But it comes down to, again, that projection. So just as a small, like, real life window into this, women, we have this huge survival instinct to be pleasing. Anywhere that a man feels dependent, he will try to be pleasing. If he doesn't feel dependent, he'll honor himself. We feel dependent so much of the time that pleasing is a constant. It's an overdrive. We are constantly gathering information about the preferences of the people around us. And so one of the things it will do to be more pleasing, and we could back this into herd and pack animals, we're both prey and predator, so we have those instincts. One of the things we do to be more pleasing, to be accepted in the herd, to not be ostracized and die, is we make offers that we believe will be pleasing, hoping the person will say no. They're not a real offer. They're just a political ploy. So we make an offer hoping that they'll say no. And/or we'll make an offer, we hope they'll say yes. We'll make an offer to do something for someone that we think they can't do, that they're not smart enough to do, they're not strong enough to do, they don't have the resources to nice level, which niceness displaces partnership. Yeah, it's at a very low level. But we're all living, we survive. So when a man makes an offer to a woman, she takes it as an insult. What, you think I'm not smart enough? You think I'm not strong enough? You think I don't have all that tech you got? You think I don't have money in the bank? You don't think I don't know? Have I told you about my 4th PhD, butthead? I mean, we just you probably get to express myself like this.
Coffee. Oh, I want some, but nah, it's gonna keep me up all night. And I'm trying to go to bed after this. I want some coffee though. That looks good. That's crazy though. The Starbucks is actually leaving Washington State, the where it was formed. I mean, where it was founded.
What you get with cubic zirconia status. This is Bill Nana's diamond status.
They upgraded us last week. When you want an upgrade that actually feels like an upgrade, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay. Can you install this?
Even had a few screws left over.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising.
With psoriasis, How to Hide My Plaques was kind of my theme song.
That's how we take it. We take it that way, and on top of that, we this is a thing we are totally wrong. Okay, we have it ass backwards. We think if I can prove to you that I am so strong, so smart, so confident, so knowledgeable, so self-sufficient that I don't need you, you will want me more. I will be more attractive to you. Yes, so wrong.
Insanity.
But it's because we think of man as a kind of woman, and that your behavior comes where our behavior comes from, and we don't know that men are not intimidated by strong, successful, smart women. You're not intimidated by that at all. What has you occur as intimidated, and you might even say, whoa, I'm intimidated, is how the hell am I going to make your life better? Because that's what you're looking for. How can I contribute to her? How can I enhance her? How can I have her be better off with me than without me? What does she need from me? Well, she's proving to you she needs nothing from you. So you're like, I'm going to find someone who needs me. I'm going to find someone that what I've got to give, they think is awesome.
Needed, necessary, valued.
Yes.
So they're doing acts of emasculation beforehand that leads to him eventually feeling like he has to walk away or check out. But
She's giving him he's being starved. Men are being starved. And a whole other topic maybe, Jeff, we could take up sometime, because one of the things I'm committed to with the Queen's Code, which I typed, I did not write, to transform the way women related to themselves and to men. When it got picked up by people doing men's work, and even some people in the men's movement, and I saw what was happening to the men, especially who listened to the Queen's Code. Don't read the print. Listen to me read the story. We create the movie for you that I watched and typed. It's channeled. What I got to see, and is now fully my intention, is in men being with that story in the book, they could begin to see into what I call the eyes of the dragon. And if you look into the eyes of the dragon coming at you, with all those curves and that smell, and that skin and that softness and that radiance coming out of her, gave woman to man. He loved a man, so he gave her woman. And look into those eyes and she's screaming at you, or nattering at you, or biting at you. Look into the dragon's eyes, and if you can see it, all the emasculation, all the attack comes from fear and frustration.
Every time.
Every single time. You are terrifying to us because we're terrified of being hurt. And no one can hurt us more than you. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, no one can hurt you more than you. No one can hurt us more than you. We are so afraid of you, which is why we try to take your power away so you're less scary. And we're so frustrated because we keep trying to get what we need from you the way we successfully get what we need from women. Now, it's not perfect, it's limited, it's not what partnership can provide. But when we try to get from you what we need, and this will sound familiar, why don't you do that? Right? We use criticism to get what we need, but it doesn't get us what we need from men. It works great with women. By making sure you know how upset we are about what you didn't do. That works great with women. Women have to be pleasing, will do anything to keep people from being upset. We're terrified when people are upset. What might happen? So if I make sure you know how terribly upset about the truth that you just told me, you'll change your truth.
Yeah.
It's on our website. Why you can't trust men to tell the truth. And when I announced that event, it's because I got to the point that I can handle, I can be with, I'm fine with. I don't get run over by pissed off, angry, even traumatized women. I don't. I can be with all that. I have enormous compassion for it. But so when I published, this event, why you can't trust men to tell the truth, we have graduates going, what happened to Allison? What happened to Allison? And so at the time, we only had about 5% of our mailing list was men. So we sent an email out to them. The subject was, Allison still has your back. You may have heard that she's having this event. You may have heard about this event. Here's a link to the recording for free. And the subtitle would be, How Honest Men Learn It's Not Worth It. Yes.
DDB says, yo, what's up?
We tell you how upset we are. We think you'll change your truth. You guys are much smarter than that. You know your truth was not a problem until you spoke it.
Yep.
Well, anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. Gotta sneeze. I thought the sneeze was gonna come out. Anyway, I am going to bounce. So, talk to you guys later. And again, I might go back to doing topics again. It depends. I just haven't been feeling it because I don't see the point in putting a lot of work into something and no one comes out to look at it. So anyway,